Let's start. Today we will see how to implement bottom navigation using Jetpack navigation in the Java Android. Let's see the project structure. At the app level build.gradle file, integrate these dependencies. Here we have the main activity, 2 fragments, 1 and 2, and a toolbar manager class. And in the UI, we have respective layout files of the activity and 2 fragments. In the menu folder, we have a menu file. This is our bottom navigation menu. Now right-click the RES folder and select the new option. Select the Android Resource Directory option. From Resource Type drop-down list, select the Navigation option. Keep the directory name as Navigation only. And click OK. This will create an Android directory called Navigation like this. Now, right-click this navigation directory, and click the new option. Click the Navigation Resource File option. Name this file as nav_graph, and click OK. This will create a navigation graph file like this. We will design the navigation graph later, before that we need to set up a navigation host. In the activity_main.xml file, the constraint layout is the root layout. This is the fragment container view. This will act as the host container for the fragments. The name attribute is set like this. The default nav host attribute is set to true. The nav graph attribute is set to the nav_graph file. Below the navigation container, we have a bottom navigation view. The menu attribute is set to the my_menu.xml file in our menu folder. Now, open the nav_graph.xml file in the design mode. As you can see, the activity_main.xml file is already mentioned as the host here. Now click this Add New Destination button. Select fragment 1 from this list. If you don't see any fragments listed, restart the Android Studio. Now the first fragment is added as the home fragment and is marked with a home icon here. Click the Add New Destination button again. Click Fragment 2. Drag Fragment 2 to the right side of Fragment 1 like this. Click this Auto Arrange button. It will properly adjust this layout visually. Our navigation graph is ready, let's read it. Click the Code option. The navigation tag is the root layout. The ID is the file name itself. The start destination is set to fragment 1. Inside the navigation, we have 2 fragments listed, fragments 1 and 2. Each fragment is listed with an ID, a name which is the fragment's file path, a label that will be shown as the toolbar title, and its layout. In the fragment_1.xml file, we have a toolbar and a text view. In the fragment_2.xml file, we have a toolbar and a text view. Let's see the Java code now. These are the imports. This is the toolbar manager class. Here we set up the data members and implement the singleton object creation pattern so that only a single object of this class would be present throughout the app lifecycle. This is the setup toolbar function. This function receives a context, a nav controller, an app bar configuration, a toolbar, and a Boolean variable to decide if we want a back button on the toolbar or not, as the parameters. First, we set up the app bar configuration and the nav controller. Then we set up the toolbar text color. Then we decide if we want the toolbar back button or not. This is the setup back button function. In the Jetpack navigation, the top-level destination or the home fragment does not have a back arrow on its toolbar, but every other fragment has a back button on its toolbar. Since we are going to use bottom navigation, we do not want a back button on any of our fragments. So we have to define all our fragments as the top-level destinations. That is why we use this set top-level destinations bottom navigation function. Here we define which fragments should be set as the top-level destinations. The parameter of the function is the fragment ID. An important point is that, to connect the bottom navigation menu to the fragments, the menu item ID and the fragment ID must be the same. These are the imports. This is the main activity. This is the data member. In the onCreate function, we set up the navigation controller like this. These are the imports. This is the fragment one. These are the data members. In the onCreateView function, first, we get the navigation controller. Then we call the setTop-level-destinations-bottom-navigation function, which sets this fragment as the top-level destination. Then we call the setUp-toolbar function. These are the imports. This is fragment 2. These are the data members. In the onCreate function, first, we get the navigation controller. Then we call the setTop-level-destinations-bottom-navigation function, which sets this fragment as the top-level destination. Then we call the setUp-toolbar function. Let's run the app. So that's it. That's how you can implement bottom navigation using the Jetpack navigation in Java Android. Thank you.